Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we have your Season 33 Sneak Peek. Bite the bullet. This one is pretty wild. So we're going to go over everything, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you are going to pick up instant training for this season, I do appreciate it if you throw in the code CHICKEN in the shop. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get into why everyone's here. Let's get into the good stuff. So right off the bat, this is a 4-week season, I believe. So sometimes the time's messed up on the dev build, so I can't be 100% certain, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit of... Actually, no, that's totally wrong. I've already screwed up. It's going to be a 21-day season because the season starts in a few days from now, so that's why it says 24 days. So it's going to be a typical 3-week season that we're used to. Chest values will be the same as last season. It's not going to be anything different there. Stars, nothing going on, no resets or anything like that. Maybe that's something we need to push for in the future, but for right now, let's just talk about Season 33. So, this season has some really cool deck layouts. You can see this one at 2 engines. We have the entire right side ramp pretty well almost wide open, which is pretty rare for 2 ERs. So, I'll throw the rest of the deck layouts up on the screen for... your viewing pleasure. Also, guys, if you just want to simply view the deck layouts and the entire tech tree, I'm going to post those on my Instagram at thechicken24. If you want to just look there, and then I'll just post everything, so it'll just be like still images, and you can take a look at that if you want to as well. All right, so yeah, the deck layouts I really like I said, but let's get into the tech tree. So this tech tree is pretty nuts, and I'm a little concerned about a couple things, but overall I think it looks pretty balanced. So obviously we have Bullet right out of the gates right away, and you don't even have to unlock him. He just comes with the season. He's a buy one get one free. So that's going to be interesting. It's, you know, we essentially have Bullet instead of heavies for rushing at the beginning of the tech tree. So in terms of our stat nodes, we have 150 troop damage, 100 troop health, 150 building damage, and 100 building health. So a little bit more balanced in terms of stats. I think it's not really leaning towards offensive or defensive, which typically favors a defensive meta. But early on, it's going to be a bullet rush. But guys, look at this. We have Barrage literally as potentially your second unlock for 26 keys. So what's going to happen is the meta is going to turn into who can either barrage down 2 engines the fastest, because we're going to have Barrage at 2 ERs, or at 3 ERs, it's probably going to be either, it's probably going to be just barraging out 2 and then flaring Bullet to 1 with energy drinks. So I don't really like that. I find, you know, it's typically always a problem when they have Barrage or Artillery super early in the tech tree, because it's not really a fun meta to see who can bard out something the fastest. That's just my opinion. But that being said, I think getting to Barrage right out of the gates, that's going to be your key. And I would go ahead and max it out because we're going to have it all season long. And max Barrage is always good at 3 ERs, 2, 3, 4, and even up to 5. It's still useful. So yeah, we'll get to the rest in just a second. But also, since we don't have heavies and we have riflemen, I would also invest in mines. So I would unlock mines, max these bad boys out. Then I would simply, I'll kind of show you how I would work my way through the tree, or at least what my plan is. So, and then we go through here, we get Barrage maxed out. That's still not going to give us enough tech to get to that third engine. So let's see how we're going to do that. Say we get Bullet up to rank 4. Still not enough, so we're going to have to... Obviously, we're going to max out our landing craft, so that's going to be a given. And we're going to want to max out our gunboat, because gunboat energy is going to be key if we are using Barrage. And that's going to give us enough, so we don't have to unlock anything unnecessarily to get to 3 ER. So then we can move ahead. We can go to 3 engines, and we can throw down our engine room right about here. I think the 3 ER base is going to be something like this, with like a bunch of mines kind of spread out over this side, and then all your defenses kind of stacked. Obviously, that's going to come down to on the day we're going to make our base. But I think something like that is probably going to be the idea. All right, so then we have Actually, it might make more sense to spread one out. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to come up with bases because we don't know what people are really attacking with. But maybe something more like this, so then at least the engines aren't close together if we're just using barrage to take them down. All right. So moving on, we have shock launchers before 3 ERs, which might be a first. That's pretty wild to see. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the better route, but if we move ahead and we go from 3 engines and we keep moving up here, you see we're going to unlock troop damage. We have a multi-node down here of extra defenses. We have mechs right in the middle, so if you want brick, you're really going to have to pay for it. It's going to be a lot of keys. I don't know if brick is going to be the right answer because she's just simply so expensive and she's so out of the way on the path. If we keep moving forward, you see we can have mortars, we can have bazookas. We do have our first prototype over here at level 1. I don't know which one would be best of those 3. They're all a little bit weak at level 1. But you see, we still don't have heavies. There's no heavies before 4 ERs, that's got to be a first, other than maybe Shift's season. Yeah, so then we move forward. We have medkits, we have GBE. This is the type of stuff that I like to see in nodes that you have to go through. So that I don't mind. We have rocket launchers up here before 4 ERs again. So before 4 engines, we could potentially have maxed shock launchers and maxed rocket launchers with max barrage and bullet. How wild is that? So after 4 ERs, we get bombers right away. So I think that's probably going to be, typically, we always try to race to get to bombardiers. And since they're pretty early on in the season, and we have bullet and potentially a max barrage to complement them, I think that's going to be a solid route for those of you going that way. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards myself too. I mean, we'll see what happens and what shapes up, but I think getting to bombers quickly, especially with all the other tools right out of the gate that we have, it's going to be definitely a good path to go. But you see at this point, we don't have any building damage and we don't have any building health. So there's our first building damage after 4 ERs. So with no building health, again, like barrage is going to be wild. I think let's take a look. So the barrage does 14,400 damage. And let's check out the health on our engine. This is a 3 ER, 20,000. So 2 barrage at 3 engine. So 4 barrage to take out 2 engines. That is crazy. That is crazy. And let's see at, do we have enough tech here to unlock the 4th ER? Just to do a quick little chicken math here. 395. Let's just unlock a bunch of stuff. Get our tech level up. This is all obviously on the dev build, guys. So, what do we need? 600? Oof. Yeah, this is obviously all in the dev build, so this is not real whatever. This is just what Supercell gives to the chicken and the other YouTubers to show you guys. Okay, there we go. The season in advance. So let's go like this, and I want to see how much health we're going to have at 4 ERs. So, stop saying that. 30,000. So, 14,400 plus 14,000, 28,800. So it'll be just shy of 2. So at 4 ER, you're going to need 3 max barrage to take it down an engine room, unless my math is off, but I think that's correct. Either way, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a speedy base race of a season. So anyways, moving forward, we have our bombardiers, and then we have artillery actually right here. So at 4 ERs, we're still going to be heavily in the BART meta, guys. Look at this. Even at rank 1, if you invest and get that max barrage, that's going to be, what did we just say, 2 barrage and 1 artillery to take down 2 engine rooms, and then you're just rushing the other 2. And we still don't have heavies yet. We get heavies up here, so whew, that's going to be wild. I don't even know if bombers probably aren't even going to be that viable because they're going to be too slow. We're just going to be heavy rushing with bullet to get 1 or 2 engines and then just barting out the other ones. Especially once we max this up to rank 3 or 4. So I think that the key here is you really got to manage your tokens properly, because if you're out of tokens, say if you, I would probably not max out bullet. He's very expensive, and I don't think it's going to be that much difference. There's nothing that's really going to slow him down other than potentially running into shock launcher bases. But other than that, he's going to rip through everything with no building health. I think tick 3 bullet is probably a good starting point. Same with your flares, tick 3. But yeah, I would not invest heavily into anything outside of barrage early on. But we'll see. We'll see. So there's, moving forward, now we have heavies. We have the good doctor. We have all the heroes before 5 ERs, except for Everspark. We'll see if she's later in the season. So moving forward here, we do have building health before Seekers. I like how they did that. So that'll slow them up a little bit. We also have Critters back this season. A lot of good stuff. You know what I'm really what I really like about this season is you're unlocking stuff that's good all the way along. So I think that's important. That's something that doesn't always happen. Sometimes we get stuck in traps. Like, look at this. Right after 5, we got building damage, potentially boom cannons. And we got a nice prototype right here. We got our Sky Shield. Troop Health is hiding behind the Scorchers, but they put tanks right in front of the Sentry Room, which I don't like. But and then to finish out the season, we've got our Heavy Choppers at 44 keys, our last building health, our last troop damage, and a nice key vacuum at the end of the season. I don't know why they do that. And we got a nice prototype over here. So I think it's going to be a really fun season because as we progress, it's going to be like each and every day we're unlocking something that's really good and strong. And, even if it doesn't push us forward, it's going to change our defense or our attack significantly. So I'm looking forward to season 33. I hope you guys are too. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss the live stream. That is going to be at either 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Eastern time. The time zone has just changed, so I don't know what time is where. But, yeah, it's going to be, I think, well, our time just went ahead, so I think we're actually back to 4 a.m. Eastern time. But I'm not 100% sure. I think we should just go to 1 standard time for the entire world and just leave half the world in the dark at all times. It'd be more convenient for me anyways. But, guys, there's your Season 33 sneak peek. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the season down below in the comments section. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.